I'm just in the family. You my little cousin, bro. No bullshit, bro. That nigga is 6'8", cuz. I walked up and I'm talking 6'8" and like
Oh,
big.
oh yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hold you, bro. On my dad's side of the family, I'm short.
Yeah, nigga.
Like my cousin Miles, 6'6". My cousin Brandon like 6'7".
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I got some
Mountain,
giants on my daddy's side of the family.
damn. Yeah,
On my mama's side, I'm tall though. So
That's
6'3".
his whole
When I play
family.
when I'm on a basketball court, I am not tall.
Well, no, yeah, but like to the average cat, like the average height is like 5'10". So like
5'9.5" for my little brother. 5'9.5" is the average.
5'9.5". Don't get short with us, Reese. Don't get short.
Whoa.
Are we move on? Are we gonna move on, bro?
Hey yo. Yeah. He was good. It was just a short stint, Reese.
Just a short.
Wow.
Hey, at least you're not one of the 6-foot dudes that ain't make the league because we out here struggling.
Oh. Wait a minute.
At least you got a good excuse.
Oh. Well,
Y'all
could have been a horse jockey.
Y'all just ain't work hard enough, losers.
That's crazy.
I had a birth defect. It was different for me.
I grew too fast. This nigga said a birth defect.
Y'all niggas don't know the obstacles
A birth defect is crazy.
Y'all niggas don't know my struggle for real.
Yo, cut. We gotta move on. We gotta move on.
I was never that.
We gotta move on.
What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Trey, and as usual, I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. And as you can see, we got some returnees here. So we got Freddie, we got Reese, and we got Jordan. Fellas, how's everything? You know what? We're going to start it off with Jordan because we done seen y'all boys a couple times. Jordan, how's everything with you, man?
I'm living the dream, bro. Living life. Enjoying it. Just cooling, bro. Glad to be back, talk some hoops. You know what I'm saying? Let Trey know that he don't know what the hell he talking about. That's excited to have those types of conversations.
Hey, we starting wrong off the gate. We starting wrong out.
Hey, my fault. You know I'm just playing around, man. You know I'm just playing, man. Look, I just like to. I just
agreement.
It's just.
I like this guy. I don't even know what he's talking about. I like this guy.
It's nothing against Trey though. His braids just be too tight sometimes. But yeah, man, how y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? Glad.
I appreciate that. And like, I appreciate you too making a little tribute to Brandon Ingram with the hairstyle you trying to do the fucked up front.
Whoa,
I appreciate that. Reese, how's everything with you there, bro?
Hey.
The FUF. Wow.
That's crazy.
Straight out the gate.
That's on the flag.
Round, fellas. Jesus.
On the flag.
Hey, I'm not gonna hold all y'all time. Freddie, on to you.
Hey,
I don't have nothing to say like that.
I said it once, I'll say it again. Knicks in 5.
And we'll say it once, we'll say it again.
I should have said. Maybe I spoke too soon about Trey. I should have talked to Freddie.
What he said? What he said?
I said, and I'll say it once, and we'll say it again. You will continuously be disappointed.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right.
I ain't gonna lie. I should have came at Trey. Freddie, I should have talked to you with that nonsense.
I just want to put this out there. My Knicks have had more playoff success than Kevin Durant over the past 3 years. So I don't even care. I don't even care.
Well, I mean, to be fair, but to be fair, the Knicks, you know what I'm saying? Y'all sport the same jersey and play in the same place. Kevin Durant been halfway across the country over the last 2 years.
That man been traveling, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little different. You know what I mean?
Hey, Freddie, real quick. And this will actually transition on perfectly into my next segment. How many rings y'all got as an organization again?
We got 2 of them things.
Okay, that's the same as KD. Let's move on. So
we don't got 2 rings. The Warriors got.
He has 2 rings, Freddie.
He ain't got 2.
He
got 1. He got 2 half rings. That's 1.
And he got 2 Finals MVPs.
He got a ring. They gave him a half each year.
He got 2 rings with Finals.
My man collecting parts of rings like Van.
They were back to back.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
And I
Okay.
think, matter of fact, I think he lost
Freddie,
on that.
Freddie,
It
Freddie,
started
You
Freddie,
started
Freddie,
off. You see
Freddie,
how you
Freddie,
gotta,
Freddie,
you
it's
gotta
too
get some
early.
structure.
Freddie,
Man.
it's
You
too
gotta
early.
get some
Freddie, it's
structure.
too
It's
early.
chaos.
Freddie, it's
It's
too early.
Friday.
Knicks in
Everybody
5.
wild.
Knicks in 5.
Freddie, it's too early.
Oh my gosh, it's wild. All right, so look, Reese.
Knicks are on
Reese
fire.
is
Absolutely.
leaving. It's all discombobulated now. That's crazy. All right, so look, Reese, we're gonna start it off with you. We're gonna start it off with you, all right? And I think you might actually appreciate this one. Who's the player who got the second most championship win or championships in NBA history?
Second most?
Yeah, second most.
Mhm.
We know
NBA history.
Yeah, in NBA history.
The second most. I know who number one is.
That's you.
I think we all know that.
Second.
Number two, Robert Ory.
That's crazy. It's wrong.
It's a good guess though.
Yeah, I mean it's solid, but it's Sam Jones who was on the Celtics.
Sam Jones. But see, I'll be honest with you, a lot of them things.
I want to say Steve Kerr.
A lot of the
Well, so Trey, how many do we have? 8?
I mean, what do you mean? Oh, he had 10.
He got 10. Okay, 10.
Yeah, 10.
So Ori got 8 though, right?
No, Ori got 7.
Yeah, Ori
got 7.
Yeah, Ori got 7.
I wonder what that list looks like.
What Kerr got? Don't Kerr got like 7?
5.
He got 5 as a player.
He said this.
And then
just
so
as a
he's
player.
racking up.
Okay.
All right, bet. Now, Jordan, who's the first player in NBA history to win a championship with 3 different teams?
I think I know this one. Are you new Sam Jones, Freddie? That's a good one, bro.
Yeah. I think I know this one too. I might be on a.
He had Sam Jones.
I'm gonna say Brian, but I feel like I know the answer. I can only remember 2.
Trey, let me give it a shot because I feel good if I get
I got one coming your way, Freddie. Stay tight. I got one coming your way, Freddie. So it's John Sally.
Come on, Trey. Come on, man. I'm trying to get.
I wouldn't have thought of John Sally.
I'm trying to get back to the playoffs, man.
I wouldn't go take a John Sally. I'm gonna be honest.
I can tell you.
I know John Sally. I know John Sally as an actor in a Will Smith movie. I don't really know John Sally as a hooper.
Right? Can I give you the team? Can we get some points? I'm trying to make the playoffs, Trey.
I got you, Freddie.
Who's trying to make the playoffs?
Freddie, I got you.
I'm not sure.
All right, so the NBA, and I'm gonna give you a 2-parter. The NBA was founded in what year?
19. Oh, the NBA itself.
Yeah.
Almost said 1946.
1946 was right.
Oh.
Yeah, 1946.
Oh, we got it right.
Yeah, cuz. Good shit, cuz.
Now,
what's the part 2?
Who founded the NBA?
Oh, we did this too. We did this question before. I know we did.
Who founded the NBA?
Yeah.
Bro, double up.
It was a collection of billionaires.
Yeah.
They weren't billionaires.
They were probably like thousandaires.
It was on cassette tapes back then, Jerry.
It was a collection of.
They weren't on national television, Jerry.
It was a
billionaires is wicked.
Future billionaires.
They weren't. They probably died broke. I'm gonna be honest with you. The
all right,
league
so
didn't
what's
make
the
any
answer?
money until they were gone.
So Freddie, you concede? Do I got it? You got? Is it? Did you say Naismith or somebody else?
Well, no, I didn't know it last time. I damn sure don't know it this time. Third time, I don't know it.
The name is Walter A. Brown.
Walter A. Brown. Okay.
Never played hoops at all though. At least not in the NBA. But he founded though. He got that one. All right. So we doing all right, fellas. We doing all right. I'm giving y'all a couple hard ones.
Yeah, these are not easy. I was not prepared for this evening. I didn't know this is what I signed up for.
Nah, man, he gonna do me dirty like that.
Nobody told me we were gonna be answering questions about John Sally and shit. Like that didn't come through in the text. I know we was talking about bad boys.
Pop quizzing out here.
My man said Freddie got this wrong last time. I'm gonna get him again.
No, it was a different one. It was a different question. Yeah. Reese, you might appreciate this one.
Whoa, they spinning the block again? Get down.
Get you some get back, man.
I'm about to say because Freddie got 2. I gotta circle it back.
Oh, damn, bro. Shit jamming. All right,
That shit jam is crazy.
Get you some get back.
So look. I don't. Okay. Where was the first game of the NBA played?
I know this one too.
Freddie, say it.
Can I say it?
What are you talking about? Yes,
Can I say it?
Yes, I give you permission.
Go ahead, Freddie.
All right. Toronto, Canada.
Okay. They technically say it's Ontario, but
Ontario.
I'll let you get Piscataway, nigga. I don't know.
You was
What?
gonna say what he said.
Like Scataway.
Hey, Freddie. Just
It was hey,
Bro, I
basketball
would have
fun
been
fact
three.
was
Listen,
created in Jersey.
all he had to do is just not ask me the question that he asked me. He would ask me any other ones, I would have seen smart.
So then,
I just want to know why, as a person who's a newcomer that ain't been here for a while, nobody prepared me to have to deal with this fucking trivia. Nobody told me we was doing this.
It is
Listeners,
not easy
listeners,
question. It is not
listeners,
easy question.
listeners, this is an elitist cult. They don't like new people. They did me wrong here. Go ahead, bro.
all right. So look, Jordan, the question that I got for you:
Please be easy.
what's a 3-letter word that starts with gas?
Oh,
Car.
Y'all can't
Car.
say. Y'all can't say no.
Car.
Okay, you heard that one before?
Like, come on, man. Am
That boy
I an idiot?
smart.
Like, what the fuck do I look like,
That boy
Trey?
smart.
Come on, man.
You hear his name,
Hey,
Jordan? You thought he wasn't
Jordan,
going.
they didn't get it.
Well, they didn't get it
Yeah.
because it
You
started.
never asked me that.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
Really? But like, that's what I'm saying. Trey, what you say about your Braves is true.
You said what?
I won't answer for it until you want to bring up that shit. So I'm bringing that shit back up. What you say about the Braves is true.
Hey, who did your hair though? I'm trying to get my shit braided. My girl injured her finger. I need.
Oh, Shonda, I'll send you her. I'll send you her contact. I got you. I got
Hey,
you.
she got to pay for that plug though. I'm just saying.
Hey, I mean, I'll definitely tell her about it now. Shonda be doing good work. Shonda be doing good work. Yeah, man. Oh my god.
Hey, get
But
a
look,
fucking podcast. We do promos at a low price.
facts.
Rename
It's all
that.
out of love. It's all out of love too. Genuine stuff. I appreciate that. But look, fellas, we're here to talk about hoops. Like you said, it's called Get a Bucket. So we got a couple players, couple teams to talk about, couple divisions. Southeast Division. Jordan, I'm gonna kick it off with you. The Hawks. Do you believe the Hawks will develop their players outside of Trae Young and DeJounte Murray?
So a close friend of mine is working with the Hawks as strength conditioning coach. So I got to be a little bit political with this. Now, when you ask me that question, what do you mean?
So when we see
Being honest.
players, like I think when we looked at the Hawks when they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, I think you think like maybe they took a step back because their players weren't necessarily progressing forward in a way. Do you see that same trend occurring with the Hawks, or do you think that's going to differ?
I think that Quinn Snyder is a very good coach, right? And I think that there's potential for him to be able to make that lineup make sense. I mean, getting John Collins off the roster is a solid move in terms of the morale of the actual team organization. I think the biggest issue though for the Atlanta Hawks is DeJounte versus Trae. Who's the point guard? Who's the two? DeJounte is more of a pass first guard. Trae is more of a bucket. I think Trae could be better off ball, similar to like an AI Steph Curry type role. And Capella old. What we really need to see is if DeAndre Hunter comes into his own and becomes a more than a 3-and-D player. Like he could with putting in the work, his ceiling is Kawhi. I think he could easily eclipse a guy like RJ Barrett in the next season or two if he puts in the work on becoming a bucket.
Okay.
But I think it's going to come down to the X's and O's. Who's bringing the ball up the court? What offense are they running to get Trae some shots, better shots? Because as much as he's a good passer, I think he's better off ball. So I think Quinn Snyder can do a good job depending on what he does with that group of talent.
Okay. It's interesting too. You kind of threw a little jab at them Knicks with RJ Barrett saying DeAndre Hunter's going to be better than them. That's what I heard. Knicks in 5. Champ, how you feeling? Like you agree with Jordan on that statement? Because I mean, I heard RJ Barrett could be a little overrated. He didn't say that. I'm paraphrasing.
RJ 6'5".
No, he's 6'6", 6'7", 6'7".
We got to.
He's a true 6'7".
Like NBA, if y'all listening real quick, can y'all give us accurate heights? I'm tired of people losing like height randomly.
RJ 6'7".
Let me tell you something.
RJ
Charles Barkley is 6'2". RJ Barrett 6'5".
Barkley 6'2". Yo, first
He's
of all, that would be wild if he was really 6'2".
He's 6'2".
The way he used to dunk on people.
I met Jameer Nelson and he's 5'9". And I'm not
Jameer
joking.
Nelson's probably
And they had him listed as 6 foot flat his entire career. I met him at a cookout. He's 5'9".
Yeah,
so
he's 5'9".
RJ Barrett is 6'5".
He's
Don't make
6'7".
me say he's 6'3". I'm sorry.
He's 6'7". He's 6'7". But anywho, to answer your question, Trey,
If they're windy,
I like DeAndre Hunter. Solid player, and he's taking some strides, but he won't catch RJ Barrett.
Okay.
I love how we discredit the fact this man's been averaging down there 20 every year since he came through.
Hold on. Here's the thing. I never discredit RJ. I said he has the potential to eclipse. Wait. He has the potential to eclipse a guy like RJ Barrett in the next season or two. The reason I say that is because RJ, as much as he is an athlete, he's not the defender DeAndre Hunter is.
Okay.
He's not the shooter DeAndre Hunter is, but he is a better bucket getter and ball handler.
So that matters.
So for me, the reason I say that is because DeAndre Hunter has like the defensive side and he's got a ratchet. If he develops that ability to get a bucket in between, he could potentially eclipse a guy like RJ Barrett, which would be a comp that I would have for him in the league in terms of young guys figuring it out 3-and-D wings. It wasn't to take a shot at RJ. It
Trey instigated for one, so
no, it's because he light skinned. He don't know no better.
Well, yeah.
It wasn't a shot. It wasn't a shot at RJ.
I added another one. It's crazy.
It wasn't a shot at RJ.
All the time by these.
It wasn't a shot at RJ.
I guess for me,
I'm just saying he has like I think that DeAndre, and I got family to know him. So like I think that DeAndre could sit somewhere between a RJ right now and a Kawhi next year.
Really?
If he's putting in the work.
Okay.
Now if he's not putting in the work, this doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Right.
And
but if he's putting in the work on being able to catch the ball and go get to a bucket as opposed to standing still and waiting for Trey to give him the ball, right? To be like really developing his game. I think that mind you, that's a really large gap, right? But I think that he could end up somewhere over where RJ was last season, and between that and Kawhi. Like I think Kawhi is like his ceiling as a player. I just don't think he'd reach it.
And
But
Trey,
that's what I'm saying.
Really high.
So I just wanted to ask one quick question
That's what I'm
regarding that. So do y'all think RJ has already peaked or something then? Because I think RJ has a whole nother couple of levels he can go up. He's already shown that he can be a 20-point per game scorer in the playoff setting after doing it in the regular season. Do y'all think he's peaked? This is as good as he's going to get? Or do y'all think he has one more? I think he has 2 more levels to get to.
I don't think this is his peak.
Okay.
But I also like throw out there, I'm a little biased. Now he didn't win me this ring. I still cry at night.
If Cam Reddish was better,
Look, I just think
crazy. No, if your boy actually makes some free throws, let's not.
Cam Reddish was better.
Let's not get into it.
All out, look,
free throws
and average 13 points.
What I say about I don't think that he's peaked. I think there's only one basketball in New York.
Yeah,
it's kind of hard to Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson. They're both looking for 17 to 23 shots a night. There's only like 56 to 60.
Like
one average 25, 10 and 4 last year. One average 24, then another average 20.
And that's what I'm saying. It's only 56 to 60 possessions in the game.
Hey, tell you what. Let's hold pat with this because I just realized too we might be talking about RJ a little later on. We talking about the Knicks, so we'll see what shape was there. I want to spread the love to the Southeast the whole time. We can speed past them. We got other teams to talk about.
Knicks and 5.
Knicks and 5 is crazy. So then,
Knicks and Cancun.
So then, hold on. So real quick, then, like Freddie, out of curiosity, like how are you feeling about the Heat with Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo, like in terms of their duo and longevity? Because they did just get y'all out in 5, if I'm not mistaken. So like, how do you feel about? How do you feel about that longevity?
Because I told you he was spinning the block again.
Wow. Reese was quiet, but his face said everything. I'm sorry, bro. Continue.
I said, look, I'd like to change subject too, and my team lost that badly. So, like, how you feel about
it? Y'all got swept in 4.
Y'all got swept.
Yeah, but at least we made it to the conference finals. Where y'all go?
Yo, you don't use the argument in the other time. Well, we won't go there.
It's comparison.
It usually doesn't matter how far you get.
Freddie. Heat duo. How you feel about their longevity?
Yeah, man. Man, I can't talk trash about Bam anymore. You know what I used to tell you Bam stood for. bum ass MF, right? But anywho, Bam, man, I think the Heat are going to be a problem again next year because of it. Jimmy's going to be Jimmy. So, yeah, man, I think they got another level they can take it to, honestly. Because I didn't expect to see Bam be able to do what he did through this playoff run. So,
okay. Now, do you have any trepidation towards the longevity piece? When I say longevity, I'm talking about like over the next 3 seasons. Because again, Jimmy is a little bit older.
Yeah.
You know, Bam is younger, so he's aging up into that prime years. So do you believe in Bam being able to carry that threshold and help Jimmy out?
I absolutely do because Bam has evolved his game. He has to get more touches to come into this past year, and then he had a career high in scoring. And I thought it was just okay, whatever regular season, but he carried it over to the postseason, and he was scoring every which way. But you pair that with Jimmy Butler showing that he's willing to take and make more threes. So I think, as like you said, Jimmy get older, he start to get to that three ball a little more, and Bam continue to develop his offense. Yeah, I have no reason to say no.
Okay, I got you. Reese, Jordan, do y'all differ with Freddie at all at any of those points, or do you kind of feel the same way?
I think that Bam and Jimmy, I think Bam needs to move up a position for longevity. I don't think he's gonna be able to stay to 5 if we're talking longevity. I just feel like it's just a different. They get beat up differently.
Right.
If he could be like a help guy like Jaren Jackson Jr., he'd be good.
Okay.
Longevity wise, even for 3 seasons. I'm looking at Jimmy Butler, he'll be like 35, 36 in 3 years. So it's like, if Jimmy, I mean, he's shown that he's going to take more threes, but he's still not great at threes. So, like,
he had a good career year this year shooting.
No, I know, but I mean, but when I'm talking longevity, though, do I think he'll never have another career year at the 3? I don't. So it's kind of like I said, I would want to move Bam up to the 4.
Okay.
And then they would have to get another wing next to him. Because eventually he's not going to be able to. I think he's a season away from not being able to guard Jason Tatum anymore, in my opinion.
Okay.
Jimmy
I think
who can?
I can see something like that. That's another.
Bam can definitely bump with Jason Tatum right now. Bam can definitely bump with Jason Tatum.
So
There's a couple guys. Mikal Bridges can also like defend Jason Tatum. Like,
Jason Tatum's gonna miss
we on the Heat right now.
So
go ahead, Jordan.
If I could, I want to add something, right? Because I agree. There's something me, Reese. I think we've all kind of talked about Bam needs to move up to the 4 spot. I disagree with the idea that there'll be a problem next year, right? Barring the phenomenon that is like the Dame trade, which we don't know if that'll actually occur, right? Miami just lost Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, like 2 very pivotal guys in their playoff run. And just like every team that gets to an NBA Finals, they benefited from some injury, right? Most notably, like Jason Tatum in Game 7, Giannis Antetokounmpo. I think that was Game 2. It was 1. It was 1. Actually. We hurt his back.
Yeah.
So they did have injuries too, though, Jordan.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? No, they did, right? But like they when you got guys who are undrafted and they play there for 4 years, they buy into a system, they learn how to work. Gabe Vincent, Max Strus is like they go somewhere else and get paid. You don't really have any picks. What do you backfill them with, right? So I don't really think there'll be a problem. Now, do I think that Jimmy and Bam as a duo could make some noise? Yes, but Bam has to stretch out his game because as much as he plays the 5, he's still only 6'9", like 6'8", 6'9", right? Like the average big is 6'10", but that 2 inches is a lot when you're in the mid range down. Midi, he's improved the midi. I just think he needs to extend that out a little bit, right? He needs to start getting some more ISOs and be less of a just pick and roll, pick short roll, pick and pop big. Like he has to develop his game, right? Which is something I think he should have done already to this point. Like the brother's 25, 20.
25. Yeah, 25,
25. Like he like he's had a couple of off seasons without injury, but I just think he's got to extend that shot out, and maybe that could be something. But them being like a a contender next year, like causing people problems. I don't know. I always got faith in Jimmy, but the team got a lot worse in losing some of those guys.
Yeah, I'm definitely with you on that. I'm talking about that duo though. The question you asked specifically duo, yeah. I think them as a duo is a problem. But yeah, as a team, no, they lost a lot and they didn't replace it. Victor Oladipo left as well. So
that was the other name I was thinking of. Honestly,
Okay. Yeah. Now I'm gonna do this for these three teams. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but like respectfully, I don't believe the Wizards gonna make the playoffs. I don't think the Hornets are gonna make the playoffs. They might, like, it could be interesting, play in possibly.
Brandon Miller said they're going to the finals.
Who?
Brandon Miller said he focused on winning the championship.
You say he's going to the finals?
That's what he said. He said he focused.
Oh, he bought tickets already? That's crazy. That's good stuff. That's really.
Hey, look, I was just saying that's what the Rook said, bro. He said that. He
says a lot of things.
I appreciate it. So then,
George said a lot of things, man.
So then, look, I need y'all to answer these quick. The Hornets, right? Future starting five. Like, who? When I say future, I mean next season. Who would y'all want their starting five to be? Don't have to give reasons. I just want to know who y'all starting five for them. Jordan, we'll start with you.
You always start with me, man.
You the newcomer. You want me to go? I can go start.
I got you. LaMelo, Brandon Miller, Gordon Hayward, Miles Bridges, Mark Williams. No, I take that back. LaMelo, Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges, P.J. Washington, Mark Williams, maybe. Is Kelly Oubre still on the Hornets?
Kelly and I think
Kelly get rid of him. They trying to get rid of him.
He's still there.
They're trying to flip them though.
I don't know. I know Miles Bridges gonna start. I'm almost certain Brandon Miller gonna start, and I know LaMelo gonna start. So it's the 4 spot, and I know Mark Williams gonna start because he's only 5. I don't know who they're gonna have at the 4. It's either Gordon Hayward or P.J. Washington.
You'll probably start PJ.
I think
they better start PJ.
No, they should start
PJ Washington. I don't think anybody disagrees with me. Move on.
Okay.
I don't
know. I don't disagree. I agree.
Brother, you don't disagree?
Well, Trey, just real quick.
They're gonna be shitty either way. To be honest with you, but I agree with that starting five.
So do you say? What was your question? I want to make sure I answer it.
The starting five. Do you agree with Reese on his starting five? Would that
what
be
I'm saying? Do you say what do I think it will be, or what do I?
Yeah.
He should say who.
Who would you pick for your starting five?
In my mind, I feel like it's going to be Melo, Terry Rozier, Gordon Hayward, P.J. Washington, and Mark Williams.
Forgot about Terry Rozier. That's what I'm saying.
I'm starting Brandon over.
I think Miles Bridges, they're going to try to keep his stock low. They paid him $7 million. He took a year off, so they probably won't start him. They probably try to also keep his stock low so they can bring him back next year for the low. Gordon Hayward, they're paying $31 million, so they got to use him. And he actually played good last year as well. And then Brandon Miller, I think he'll get more reps by coming off the bench. So I don't know if I'll be right, but
I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to
Brandon Miller.
It's hard to agree with not starting the top 5 pick though. Like at least the beginning of the season. So I would have Brandon Miller in there at the 2. Like Reese has said, just for the simple fact that Terry is 30. What is he? 31, 32 now at this point?
Yeah, early 30s. Probably.
Like he's an older guy. I think he needs to start to assume more the role of the vet, especially when you got LaMelo Ball gonna be making what 50.
Terry Rozier is 29.
29.
He's only 29.
He's only 29. That man's been through so much.
He should get out of Charlotte.
Jesus Christ.
Get out of Charlotte. Him and Kelly, like they both need to go somewhere and continue.
I think they are going to.
And they got to start him, man.
I think they are going to get flipped.
Yeah. Start Terry. Let show his value.
I just think you got to start your young guys. That's But they should fit Terry.
I do hear that because I know a lot of people want that philosophy. I know, like when the LaMelo Ball was in the draft, I was telling Freddie I would love for him to go to the Warriors and not start. Like you gotta I love what it'll be similar to what Kobe happened. Like it'll be similar. That's why I appreciate that. But I also understand where you're coming from too. So then just to roll out. Appreciate it. So then, does anybody have any trepidation around the Magic and if they're gonna miss Bol or not?
They won't.
Nobody believes that.
Cool. I mean, it's the miss. The miss. Somebody has to be there for you to miss them. And he won't really.
They didn't need to use him properly, anyways. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
Okay.
everybody, I mean, you can say the same thing about the Celtics, the Nuggets, he's the Bobo has been a couple places.
Yeah.
You know what I
And
mean?
he ain't really played for most of them.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
All right.
it's,
I mean, tough, Bobo. You got to change the people's perception.
I think he'd be great in Phoenix.
Yeah, I think he's going to be great in Phoenix. He just has to be on the court. He just got to be on the court.
Facts.
He's got to earn his minutes.
Okay.
It's not be on the court. He's got to earn his minutes. You got some guys over there he's battling with minutes for, whether he's playing the 4 or the 5. So
no, that's true.
He's got to earn his minutes.
And just to round out, for the Wizards, is Bilal Coulibaly, does he have the biggest expectations for y'all guys?
I like
him as well. He disappointed me in summer league, but I think being around some actual veterans who know spacing, the basics of basketball, I think he'll look a lot better in that, especially with Trey.
I think he's a raw product. Did he just start playing basketball or something? I thought I heard something like that. He ain't been playing hoop, or has he? Or
he had a growth
spurt. Has he been a professional?
I know he had a growth spurt. I know it
was something. I know it was something that changed people's look on him. It might have been a growth spurt because I know he's been a professional. He played with Wemby for how long?
Played with Wemby for a little bit. So I think he might have the most expectations on that team from a young guy perspective. Johnny Davis.
You think Jordan Poole has
I say Jordan Poole.
When I say young guy, I'm talking about like
young.
years in type deal, not like Jordan, not Jordan Poole and Kyle Kuzma, because they're technically still young.
Yeah,
and not them.
Yeah, that's where my mind went immediately. Yeah. When you said Wizards, I thought about Jordan Poole is about to take 25 shots a night.
Right. I think their flamboyancy, like, they come dressed to the T with all this crazy stuff. They both shoot that pill, right? A lot of attention is going to be on them. Then you got that, I'm going to call him a veteran floor general point guard, and hopefully they let him be that. And Trey Jones, who's going to be running the court. I think Coulibaly is going to be in an ideal spot, honestly. He's going to get easy shots from playing with a Trey Jones. He's also not going to have much attention on him, because you have those two guys who get kind of a lot of attention on and off the court. And then he's in Washington, so he's not going to be on national TV all the time. So he don't have to worry about that media spotlight. Gift and a curse.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Okay. All right. Well, like I said, I wanted to give them 3 teams some love real quick. I ain't want to harp on them too much. But ladies and gentlemen, what we're gonna do is take a quick.
Sorry. What? So they don't get much love, so that's fair.
Yeah, you don't gotta trying to show everybody something, you know what I mean? But what we're going to do is take a quick little hiatus. We got to pay some bills, you know what I mean? But when we come back, we'll talk about another division right now. I'm still trying to debate which one I want to talk about right now, though. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. So look, I thought about it, slept on it for like 30 seconds. What I think we're going to do is talk about the Central Division. The reason why I said that, fellas, because all y'all teams is in the last one. So I figured, save the best for last. Now, with that, though, we can try to speed on past these. But there's a couple teams that I do want to talk about, show a little bit of love to. I feel like they don't get enough. The Pacers, real quick, real fast, real casual. Are they going to make the playoffs? Because they were a 4 seed last year. Tyrese Halliburton, not bad. Miles Turner, cool. Benedict Mathurin, sophomore year. Dries Walker, I don't know. Did they got a shot? Because they looked all right.
Toppin. Come on now. Keep it
Toppin, yeah.
Brown.
They got a shot.
I think they got a good chance.
I don't know if they got a shot, but don't put your money against them when you see their money line. Don't do it. It's a trap.
Yeah.
It's a trap.
I think they got a very good chance. Okay. In fact, I think they will. I'm not going to say I think they will.
Okay.
I think they were an 11th seed. 11th seed this year.
Okay, so is anybody going to put their hard-earned money on the Indiana Pacers making the playoffs? I think you might be able to.
I think that they can take the Chicago Bulls spot in the play-in as the 10th seed. Okay. If the Chicago Bulls do something as in like blowing it up.
I don't think the Bulls going to make it, bro.
Okay, Jordan.
They was sub 500. I mean, the Pacers only won 35 games.
But that was because too they dealt with injuries and a lot of stuff.
So,
I mean,
right?
No, that is fair. That's fair.
They got better too. They got way better.
Over time, you saw some improvements, way better.
I'm saying it starts in off season.
Oh, and acquisitions. Yeah, okay. I got you. Okay. Well, look, they got too much stock in it.
Beat out the Bulls or the Raptors. I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree.
I think Raptors would be interesting, but we'll have to see about that one though. We'll have to see about them.
I think they could be a playing team.
Okay.
I think they could. Sadly, the play-in is a thing, so a lot of people have a shot at getting to the playoffs. But I mean, I can name 7 squads off top in the East that they probably not eclipsing.
Okay.
Like, all things considered, like the obvious, right?
Right.
Philly, and that's not number one. It's just the first thing that came to mind. Philly, Milwaukee, Boston. I don't think even with what I said about Miami, they're not better than Miami. Right, New York, right, is in there.
Mo, like
The Cavaliers. Brooklyn, between them and Brooklyn is kind of a toss up, right?
Okay.
And then you got like the Hawks that are like fringe there, fringe not. It just depends on what Quinn got going on. I don't see them as being much better than like the Pistons right now. Like they're just both really, really young teams. They got a lot of talent. But in terms of playoff positioning, they're gonna be fighting. They're gonna be fighting for 9 through 12. I think that they'll have a solid shot because Tyrese is a great point guard. And Miles Turner, like he's a solid big. I haven't really seen him develop much.
Huge
right, in that
improvement
role
last year,
big.
though.
No, he did have a huge improvement last year.
Huge,
Absolutely.
especially
But,
rebounding. I was surprised by it.
yeah,
he
but
was on the depoy list for a little second too. Not gonna hold.
But I feel like we get the same thing from Miles kind of year in and year out. Like he's a shot blocker, kind of stretch the floor, he can rebound decently. But it's just never translated. Matherin, I'm not putting that much faith in a sophomore.
Okay.
Like I think he's got a lot of confidence. If he matches that confidence with work potentially. But them, Detroit, Washington, Magic, they're all kind of in like the same mix and bowl to me.
Okay.
But I think they could be a play-in team, though. I think
They have one of the best coaches in the NBA as well, though. So don't overlook that, fellas.
Okay. All right. So then we got possible play-in team. We'll see about it. Jordan, you mentioned the Pistons, right? So, fellas, I need one answer, but this ain't got to be long. Who do y'all have as the best leader for the Detroit Pistons? It could be a little early, but I'm just curious. Who do y'all view as the leader going forward for the Pistons? Like, who do y'all feel most comfortable?
What you mean by leader?
Like when I say leader, the one it can be vocal or it can be through play, but the one who's going to really show like take on the responsibilities that like the stars do, or the typical captains or leaders, if you will, like the ones who are going to take onus of the team from that standpoint. Of the future, I feel like Boggy gonna be gone.
We're talking.
The leader of the Pistons.
Yeah, I'm about to say next year it's probably next year it's probably like a Bogdan or Cade, one of those two. Like, but Bogdan, he's the vet on the squad. He's a shooter. Like,
but like who would y'all want to see though? Who would y'all want to see?
Cade Cunningham. I would want to see Cade.
I think it'll be the twofold, like how Steph and Draymond. I think it'll be Cade and Isaiah Stewart.
Okay.
And I think it's been that way.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna throw a hot take because I'm ignorant. Who I want to see, the guy that I want to see to be the leader of that team for the future, is who they just drafted.
Thompson. I knew you were gonna say that.
I want to see him, and the reason I'll say that is because they got 3 guards over there. He's the guy who I want to be the point personally, because he's the best defender. I think he could do well as a playmaker and a rebounder, a Jason Kidd type of one. If they put him in that position, Jaden Ivey could be a bucket. Cade Cunningham could be like a point forward, running the 3, 6'7", 6'8". And I think in terms of the way that he plays the game, he can bring intensity on the court, both sides of the ball. So 3-4 years from now, I want him to be the leader of the team. I want Cade to be the star.
Yeah.
Right? There's leaders and stars. Kevin Durant's a star. He's not a leader. Right? So, like, I think that Cade will be the star of the team, but I would want that kid in terms of the way that he plays basketball to be a leader of that team, because they're Freddie, please, Freddie. Put words behind your eye.
No, this is
put words behind it.
No, we could put a bookmark in it. No, these are quick take. Put a bookmark in it. So I don't want to on this.
Well, yeah. I was
saying,
yeah, we can bookmark. I was about to say, once we get through all the questions, if y'all still want to talk it out, we definitely can. But all right, so cool. So then we got the Pistons covered. The Bulls. Does anybody feel like they should not rebuild before we transition?
Below that.
I'm about to say, but they signed Boosie for like 3 years. I'm like, just let y'all. I don't know what we're doing.
They should throw all of that.
They should, but they're in such a weird spot that
it
would take them literally like.
I thought it wasn't that weird.
5 or 6 years.
It's not that weird. Point guard. They ain't point guard. There's not a point guard available other than Damian Lillard, and the Trailblazers are acting like he's just worth a godsend fee. So
and Dame don't want to go to Chicago, and there's
right. Oh, you forgot that part. The Dame only wants to go to one location because that makes sense.
Which is crazy.
James, they can have James.
They can have James. James Harden.
We'll take Zach LaVine. Give me Zach LaVine.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, though, Freddie. I don't think it's that type of situation. I truly just think that they lost Lonzo Ball, and that's the story.
Yeah,
that's really
it was unfortunate.
It's a tough loss.
I completely agree, but they're not going to find Lonzo Ball anywhere.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why we're saying they should blow it up. But when you re-sign Boosie for 3 seasons, they make you question, what are we doing, fellas?
Yeah,
I would say come up with.
Well, you always pay your consistent guy. You always pay the consistent.
How long would it take?
Trade 20 and 10, and listen, he is also locked in for the next 3 years. What do y'all want?
How long would it take for them to rebuild if they blew this up? I think this will be anywhere from 5 to 10 year process.
Yeah, I think the only reason why you don't try to go rebuild right now is this upcoming draft seems to be like trash.
That's what I mean. There's none like getting draft picks not going to do anything for you. Like and you're like one legit point guard away from.
But they
go get
from being a legitimate playoff team.
Yeah, they're not going to win a championship no matter what. It's the area. But
they're not even a fighting chance.
They trade. They got Alex Caruso. They got Pat Bev.
Pat Bev was Philly. They got Dosunmu.
Ayo Dosunmu.
And he's on
Kobe White.
I think did they let go of Kobe White?
Dosunmu is on the move, I think, unless they re-signed him, because he was a free.
I don't know, but regardless,
none of them. I think they signed.
The whole point of this.
Yeah, the whole point is, boy, none of them cats ain't nothing. And what you need,
all right, so blow it up then.
And Zach don't even want to be there. Like, I say send him to Philly.
Yeah, listen.
Philly,
I want to be there last year when DeMar hit another game winner, that nigga Zach LaVine just walked away. He was just like,
he was like, man, this ain't my team no more.
Yeah, you could always trade Zach LaVine and salvage some stuff.
You could.
Yeah, you could get James Harden.
I mean, guy been in the league for 10 years and got like 6 playoff games. I mean,
do Daryl Morey watch this? Hey, Daryl, go get Zach.
There we go. All right. Blow it up.
So look, we talking about, Zach LaVine. Some people say he might be a little shaky 2-guard. We'll see how them topics come out. But I want to talk about another shaky 2-guard, fellas. The Cavs, they got Donovan Mitchell. Now, I'm wondering.
Shaky is crazy, bro. He's not shaky. That's so disrespectful.
I knew that's where he was going, bro. And you just have to stop it, bro. Like, he does nothing but show up for work, bro. Like, that's all Donovan Mitchell do. He dropped 71 last season, bro.
Like 8 assists.
Yeah, 71.
I think he had like his combined point total between points and assists was what, like 90 in that game? Like 91?
It was a good game. It was a good game. But like, what do y'all think their championship window is? Because right now Donovan Mitchell's supposed to be the guy. So I just tried to say, bro, it was shaky.
Ain't got nothing to
like,
do with
you know what I mean?
Hey, Freddie, go ahead. Freddie, go ahead and talk.
I'm gonna tell y'all something that a lot of people don't talk about. They don't have a window. Okay.
Thank you.
It is what it is. They're going to be a competitive team, but they don't have a window.
Yeah, they're going to be a good team for somebody else's playoffs.
That means they got to be Joker, JT and them, or Bron and them, or Giannis and them, or there's too many teams / players that are better than all of them. So
They're
they
like
won't win,
they're
but
like
it's
Mark
fine.
Price. They're like the Mark Price and Ron Harper Cleveland squad. Like they
Right.
real good.
Ron Harper
It's
was
gonna
a
be a
problem,
hell
but
of a series. They're going home in 6.
there you go.
It's
Oh,
nothing
yeah.
against them, but like they Evan Mobley, depending on if he goes more the Chris Bosh Toronto route or Chris Bosh Miami route, right? Like that means something. But quite honestly, like Jared Allen's
They don't have one of
Donovan
the,
Mitchell
the 8
6'1".
players that'll win a championship over the next.
They don't have
That's what,
it.
They don't
that's
have
what
it.
Jared Allen said the lights was too bright in the Garden. And the Garden ain't nothing like it used to
But
be.
you don't even shoot. Why would that?
Bro,
That's what I'm saying.
Wings win championships. Wings win
How is
championships.
the
They got
lights too
2.
bright and all you do is catch lobs? Like, what do you mean? You talking about
Like
they
this
blinding you?
team, the most comparable team to this squad in history is like the Detroit Pistons. Back when they had Thomas, I'm talking about height at the 1 and the 2.
Oh.
And like I'm not talking about their actual trajectory. I'm
yeah,
talking about size.
talking about them, yeah.
And that's what you had IT or Isaiah Thomas, the original Isaiah Thomas. Joe Dumars, the 1 and 2, 6'1", 6'3". You got Darius Garland, 6'1", 6'2", with Donovan Mitchell, and then you got defensive bigs in the paint. That could win you a championship in 80 something. Like Wings win championships at this point in the game, bro. Like we haven't talked about a singular contending team without a great 3 or 4, a guy that's 6'7" that can do what a guard can do. So they'll have great playoff runs, but they ain't winning no championship. They ain't got no window. It's Cleveland.
That's tough.
It's Cleveland.
Well, Cleveland, y'all heard it here first.
We love y'all.
Not the guy you traded for someone who's gonna keep y'all pretty much. Kind of. But like I said, sound shaky to me.
Not what was said, but
nothing to do with him.
It has nothing to do. Bro, man, look, I'm a Philly fan, bro. It ain't personal. We ain't winning no championships neither. Go ahead.
Okay. All right, that's cool. Well then, how about this team then? How about this team? The Bucks. Right? They got Giannis. They might be, title contenders this season, possibly next. But do y'all really want Giannis to stay with the Bucks? Like y'all long term? Like you want him to retire with the Bucks? Would y'all like to see him?
I mean, he almost 30 something. He's already won a ring. He doesn't really have a reason to leave.
So, okay, outside of y'all own teams, what team would y'all want to see, or maybe what player would you want to see him paired with?
That's not fair. You should have said outside of my own team. Because
listen, I'll pay to see Giannis play on any team in the league because they're going to be title contenders. So there's not one specific. I'll see him on any team.
Send him to one team.
Go somewhere. I want him to be high profile. I want him to go to New York or something like that.
I want to see him.
I'm not mad at it.
As the wild card pick, I want to see him in Golden State or something. I think that'd be a real interesting because he's like a big, small, like he. I know you don't like Golden State, Jarvis. We don't have to talk about it. But what I'm saying is, I like.
I know what he don't like. Golden State. I hear that too, though, because he could fit. I'm also thinking about though. What about OKC, fellas?
Why OKC?
Well, I think he could actually fit with that squad. And you got a young team too, so now they can help you win a couple championships.
What about Houston?
You got him. You got Shea. You got Giddy.
Oh, we want to send him. What?
What about with John Memphis then?
Yeah, let's just send him.
OKC is weird for Giannis. That's
send him to Atlanta.
From Milwaukee. That's lateral.
Send him to Atlanta.
Lateral medium move.
As far as market,
I don't know if it's lateral. Like you can a couple chips.
Do you know what OKC is known for, Trey? Exactly, Trey.
Under Russ and Harden trio.
At least Milwaukee got cheese.
Right.
Milwaukee got cheese. They got cheese, huh?
No,
they had to be named after a weather thunder.
I'm saying
the thunderstorm while they were trying to come up with a name. They said, "Let's go with that."
Hey, maybe like Chicago or something.
Hey, I tried this.
We just thought. I thought we was just throwing names out there. My fault.
Yeah, OKC is wild.
Shea and Giannis pairing.
Shea and Giannis is.
Bro,
I think Shea need help, but Giannis is not. That's go ahead, Fred. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say first of all, that's neither one of them going to be shooting threes, bro. Your two best players. Listen, no, come on, man.
Shea can shoot.
That's wild.
I think Shea would be fine on the three.
He does it though, Jordan. It's not a he can.
That's because I don't want to do that. I like Shea. Shea's one of my guys. I like Shea.
No, nothing against him. It's not something you want to do.
It's the team.
That's wicked.
Yeah, OKC is different. I didn't expect that, Trey.
Okay. I'm just saying 2 French top 10 players on the same team, that wouldn't be half bad. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we got to go ahead and pay some bills real fast. Apparently, use bathroom. Do whatever you need to. But when you come back, we'll be on new division. So hope y'all stay tuned. Hope you enjoying the show too. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. We got the best division last, at least on the eastern side. It's the Atlantic Division. And again, the reason why I saved this one because they teams is in here. They teams is in here. So Reese, help me out, right? For the Raptors, what's your expectations with Grady Dick? And also how did you like his draft day fit too? Also, I know Freddie said he didn't really like it too much. But like what's your expectations
I get what he was trying to do with the whole Kansas thing. But I don't know. I mean, it's a cool pick, but like I feel like they should have went and got one of those guards that was available, like a lot of guards, and they went to go get a shooter, but they didn't really like. Don't get me. I don't know. In my opinion, this is my very humble opinion. I think shooters are much like wide receivers, where it's just like you can always find somebody to catch the ball, like you can always find somebody to shoot the ball. Like it's a lot of just shooters. I don't see Grady Dick as more of that. Like I don't see him as a Tyler Hero. You know what I mean? Bucket getting type of guy. I just see him as a shooter. So I feel like if you're gonna have a lottery pick, if you're just gonna get a guy who's just a shooter who's not even like 3-and-D type, what's the point? You know what I mean?
Okay.
I just want to say I love that analogy. I love that analogy. I'm gonna use that at the barbershop. I like that. But shooters like wide receivers. It's can they get the ball to his hands? You need a point guard. You need a quarterback. I agree.
Yeah, you need
and they let and Fred VanVleet went to Houston and you went and got a shooter. It don't make sense.
That's what I'm
agree.
Saying. That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Okay. So expectations I'm hearing is he just gonna be a shooter. That's it. Nobody think he can get a bucket off the bounce like that. It's just he just gonna be a guy. Okay. All right. Nope. Okay. That's fine. That's tough.
Huh?
Say right. I mean, I don't disagree.
Yeah. There's nobody out there to create from. He couldn't get a shot off. He was out of rhythm the entire summer league. It was bad.
Pascal.
You said What about Pascal?
I feel bad for him. They need to get him up out of there, man.
He another Damian Lillard situation. Yeah. They were saying that everybody they was trying to get Pascal Siakam, and he was like, I want to stay with the Raptors.
Yeah, he shot himself in the foot.
Maybe Dame should go to the Raptors. Maybe they can make something shake. See what happens.
Dame want to be out there with the Puerto Ricans. We're gonna go to be with the Cubans. I just be saying ignorant stuff, bro. I told you that. Dame want to be in Miami where there's sunny at, dog. You heard Stephen A. Like, you know what I'm saying? Trying to go to Miami, son. What I say?
All right. Is anybody else anything to say about the Raptors?
Yeah. So,
Dame want to be out there.
I think that's a good transition.
Nice outside in Miami, dog. Even in Portland.
Transition to the Nets now. Jordan. Of
course.
What? Well, I mean, I just went from here to here. Like, so, like, what? I like Cam Thomas. Right? But like, he drops a couple 40 balls in a row. You would think you get some more PT, and it just didn't work out that way. So, like, is that going to be a trend this upcoming season too, or can we finally get some Cam Thomas shine? Like, what's your thoughts, Jordan?
He a 6'3", 6'4", 2 guard. They got McCall listed and running the 2. Dinwiddie running the 1. Cam's not really a creator, a playmaker, right? He's a shot creator. He can get a bucket. I think Cam needs to be getting about 17 minutes a game, 17 to 23 minutes a game coming off your bench, 6 man, Lou Will type sort situation over there in Brooklyn. You can come by with that second unit, probably with Ben Simmons, who may start. Whether Ben is starting or not, he'll probably be in with the second unit. I don't know. Running some pick and roll where you got a passive guy and a bucket getter. But to something me and Freddie were talking about earlier, you are who you can guard. The man's not really a good defender. His defense is offense, right? So PT problems are probably going to continue to be a thing depending on what he did physically. Like, did he get stronger?
Yep.
Did he work on his lateral quickness? Did he work on his closeout? did he work on how to operate a pick and roll to be able to get other people kind of going? So I think that his PT woes won't be as crazy this year. I think he'll get consistent minutes at minimum, like 10 to 12.
Okay.
But I don't think he's a starter. I think he's a 6th, 7th man on that Brooklyn team right now.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. And I do want to note too. I saw him on Gilbert Arenas' show, and he did say that he's been working out over the summer, so it wasn't like I'm working on them tweens. No, he's working on his physicality. So I do expect to see a good little season from Cam Thomas. But I agree with you though. 6-man, solid situation. Reese, Freddie, do either one of y'all disagree with the points made or?
I mean, again, solid score. Man,
okay.
Cam is who he. I mean, it is who he is. Cam. Yeah. You asking about the Nets?
You said what?
If you asking about the Nets, it's like.
I mean, I think
they're finally back to the Nets that played against Philly in the playoffs when they had Dudley.
When they lost it. They lost 5.
But they're finally back to that team, and they can finally like build properly.
Build off that.
Like the Nets actually did a pretty good job of like resetting back to what the bullshit before Kyrie and KD. Like they're damn near and you could argue they might be better than they were before. You know what I mean? Right? I mean, I don't know, like because Spencer Dinwiddie is the constant in that situation, right? So it's like, am I taking McCall and Cam over D'Angelo Russell? Yeah. I'm taking Claxton over Jared Allen. Yeah. So it's kind of like, you can argue, right? They got to reset.
That's tough.
You know what I mean?
Claxton over Jared at the time is a little tough.
It's a wash.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't know if I take
I don't know about over.
I think the only question mark I have with Brooklyn is, and y'all know how much I hate talking about him because I used to really root for him before he made the astute decision to fake an injury to get out of Philly. But Ben Simmons, just because I don't know what he's coming back being on that team, and Macau is an ISO type player. Dinwiddie's an ISO type player. When is Ben Simmons really going to be able to be himself? He'll be a tempo pusher maybe. If he's back in shape, do they run him at the 4? Do they not? Can he be who he once was? Right, like that's my big question with Brooklyn because they got solid players around, all scorers like that. Nobody's thinking they're about to be the 3rd seed in the East, right? I think they'll probably be anywhere from 11 to 7 in terms of with the skills that they have on the squad. Just want to see what he does if he can come back the player that he's supposed to be on that squad, or even just.
But I do know.
I got the Nets as a dark horse. I ain't gonna hold you. Like they got a little bit of potential. I like Mikal Bridges. Seems like they got good team chemistry.
Love Mikal Bridges.
Like
Cal's that guy. I wish we'd have kept him in Philly, man. His mama worked for the team, dog. Shit hurt.
Tyler Hero. If Dame goes to Miami, most likely Tyler Hero is going to the Nets. Most likely. Who are y'all taking? Miami versus the Nets. With Tyler Hero, Mikal Bridges, and Cam Johnson versus Dame, Jimmy.
Wait. Oh, Tyler Hero's going.
Why is that?
It could
because they're going to have to.
It's a potential. They're going to need a 3rd or 4th team. They're going
to have to include an additional team.
But you guys, who are you taking?
Yeah.
If the Nets got Tyler Hero,
like as far as a player.
No, I'm talking about like who would you take in a 7-game series between the Nets and Miami in that situation?
If Tyler Hero goes to the Nets and Dame goes to the Heat, I'm taking the Heat. I don't think that's a hard question, personally.
Right.
Is that an easy question? Well,
personally, I think Tyler Hero and Zach LaVine going to end up in Philly. I want like a 4-team weird trade or Zach and Tyler, because I'm a fan.
That's a little. I mean, that's
all right. Keep going.
That's a little interesting. I mean, so I feel like Jordan.
Crazy,
actually, no, we let it you. I'm sorry about that. Freddie, since we're here now, we can kind of circle back to what we were talking about a little earlier, right? RJ Barrett, okay. Do we have unfair expectations of RJ Barrett? Again, he's in the same draft class as Zion Williamson, Ja Morant, Darius Garland, DeAndre Hunter. But the first 2 I might hear you on. The other 2, though, like he should be able to keep up with. I don't know. Like, do we have unfair expectations of RJ Barrett?
No. RJ Barrett out of that class has had the 2nd best career so far. there's not unfair expectations. We talk about those 6'6", 6'7" wings.
You said second best?
Second best career so far. Ja Morant, RJ Barrett, and then Zion or Darius Garland, however you want to go after that. But back to what I was saying. We talk about those 6'6", 6'7" wings. RJ Barrett has been in the playoffs twice already, been in the league for 4 years, has improved every single year. How we talk about Jaylen Brown. Not at the rate of Jaylen Brown, I would say. Well, I don't know. Not at the rate of Jaylen, but he's improved every single year. And even watching him through that first round versus Cleveland, his demeanor, his aggressiveness, he's supposed to have that type of, because that's what we looked at him as when he was in Duke. And when he was coming into the league, that's what we looked at him as. So he's supposed to have that pressure on him. And I'm a Knicks fan, so I'm not cutting the fool no slack.
Okay.
Second best career so far.
That's aggressive.
No, it ain't shit.
I think Julius Randle
played 8 games so far in 6 years.
Have to take 10 less shots.
7.
I think Julius Randle's gonna have to take 7 to 10 less shots.
I
think
in order for what to happen though.
Well, because I just think that RJ Barrett and Jalen Brunson should be your primary ball handlers.
Okay.
And right now it's Jalen Brunson and
I think 5 less shots.
I say 7.
How many shots?
Because I'm about to say 5 less shots doesn't guarantee 5 more shots for RJ. I was saying 7 to 10 because that gives RJ more shot opportunities.
So you want him taking? You said 10 less, right, Reese?
10 less is wild.
I mean, he only taking like 15, ain't he?
Yeah, he'd be taking 9 a game.
Yeah, and Julius Randle is too good to not take 15 minimum shots.
So
listen, he need to take 10 less threes a week. How about
well,
that?
That's
he need to take 10 less threes a week.
You absolutely right. Matter of fact, I'm gonna buy you a plane ticket for you to go to his house and tell him that, because that's absolutely true.
That's a large person. I wouldn't go say that.
Yeah, I wouldn't do
that's
that.
A large human being, and I'll scrap with anybody. But Julius Randle, that's a big dude. Get back to speak directly to the question, right? I agree with Freddie, but for different reasons. Second best career out of his class is an understandable statement, but a pretty crazy statement in my opinion.
Okay, and I want to know what Zion has done.
But it's not about Zion. It's more about Darius Garland, in my opinion.
What has Darius done though?
I mean, it's just in the playoffs last year. I mean, he's RJ and Darius. Darius has led his team. RJ has been on his team, but that's not the point that I'm making.
Well, when does Darius
can I make the point?
I'm gonna just say right now, Zion and Zion are all stars. RJ,
they were both. Yeah.
Can
I make? I just want to wait.
So
let me make the point. Let me make the point. Let me make the point before we start doing all that shit, dog. Look, I'm saying I agree with you that the expectations are not unfair, but more so because on that Duke squad, him and Zion were pretty neck and neck. Zion more as the prospect, RJ as the player, right? Like if we were to rewind the clock, RJ was the best player on that Duke team. And so we just betrayed. So when coming into the league, I think that playing with Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson, it makes it kind of difficult for a young guy to come in and just be like a Jalen Green, where it's like I'm gonna take 25 shots and learn what to do with this double team and become a star, right? You don't, your growth isn't as quick when you have other guys who can get the ball, who can be primary scorers for you. But I don't think his expectations are unfair. I think that he needs to be a better basketball player. He needs to be more aggressive with the rock. He needs to get more points off of loose balls and deflections. He needs to get more points off a rebound. He has to be a better 3-point shooter. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're unfair at all.
Okay. All right. I mean, I would agree, because in the end of the day, you drafted third at Duke. You didn't seem like you shied away from that pressure. I kind of have him at high expectations. Again, he come from good stock. He still just can't make no free throws. But
I mean, people get millions, things change, though.
Nah, that's true.
He's gotten better every year. That's outside of that Miami atrocity. Watching him in that playoff, he was dogging Cleveland, like literally dogging Cleveland. But yeah,
Okay.
That's all right.
You need to make the free throws for sure and make them threes.
Yeah.
That's his next step. Definitely is getting.
It's that 3-point jumper. I think his biggest next step is that 3-point jumper.
Yeah, for sure.
He can get consistent at that 3-point jumper, giving me 36, 37.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Fringe 40% from that tray ball. Like that gives him another 4 points per game, I think. Like I think that
there they go right there. Good point.
You know what I'm saying? Like we drinking some wine, Freddie?
Freddie on that wine spot.
My man.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost.
Red wine, man.
Now Reese.
It's a little dry.
We're gonna transition on to your Celtics, all right?
Well, why can't we do Philly first? I don't want to talk about Philly last, man. It's painful.
Reese, you want to talk about the Celtics last?
I'm out of the me.
Okay, all right, that's a bet then. So then,
save the best for last. The best team in the division. Go ahead.
Okay, all right, that's cool. So then, Jordan,
like that's for not making the conference final.
How much do you regret the Harden trade?
I didn't want to do it.
Oof.
I don't think I was shy about that when it was happening. The guy hasn't been in shape for 3 years.
No, I meant the initial one, like hindsight, like how
hindsight.
Yeah,
hindsight being 2020. I didn't want to do it then. I wish we didn't do it now. I don't. James Harden. I think I was at your house when he went 0 for 9 in the fourth quarter. We was sitting watching the game, right? Living room. Carpet was very clean, right? Standing up to the side, drinking some jungle juice. Harden. He's not. In the words of Kobe Bryant, he doesn't play winning basketball. He never has. I don't think that he ever will. He's 32. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. And Joel Embiid, quite frankly, doesn't play winning basketball either. You got a guy who wants to ISO from the mid post and a guy who wants to ISO at the top of the key, run a high pick and roll. How the hell do you make that work in a playoff situation when everybody's studying the game and all you got is 2 sets, right? Ben Simmons, when we traded him, was the most 3-point assistant point guard in the NBA. Seth Curry was shooting Seth Curry was shooting 42% from 3 at the time. Those are the 2 guys that we traded to get James Harden, who gave us 9 points and 7 assists, like 5 turnovers in the game 7 against Boston, where him and Joel Embiid combined for 24 points, while Jaylen Brown had 26 and Jason Tatum had what was it, Jyrese? 50, it was 2 more than 49, right? So it's, do I regret it? Absolutely. Did I want to do it? No. So it's like nothing's changed. I wish him the best wherever he goes. I know the strip clubs are cool in Toronto, somewhere, something like that. Find a place to throw some ones. But get the hell out of Philly. I'd appreciate it.
That's tough. All right. So like Freddie, Reese,
talking crazy.
It's not crazy. Call a spade a spade. Tell me where I lied. I mean,
okay, go. I was going to see which one of y'all had a little trepidation towards.
Well, no. So about the strip club and stuff that I was talking about, you didn't lie about that.
No, the strip club was out of pocket. No, that was out of pocket. Because my feelings are hurt. My feelings are hurt. That was out of pocket.
I would say this though, for the simple fact that Ben Simmons only played 40 games over the last 2 years. And realistically, we don't know if he's ever going to play even a quarter of a season consistently again. And the fact that Harden, I mean, for whatever it's worth, Tyrese Halliburton was an All-Star player last year. Harden had the same exact numbers and didn't even get acknowledged on the first, second, third attempt to be an All-Star. I think we underappreciate him now. I think we underappreciate him now. But also his upside, we remember, is always there. We saw his upside, right? What his ceiling can be, 45 points against Boston in game 1 to win that or whatever it was, and then another 40-pointer in that same.
Make Reese do some push-ups.
So yeah, facts on wax. So listen though.
They lost.
So whatever it is, y'all lost in game 7. Joel didn't play great either. What I'm saying is
I haven't been past the second
round. But I'll let you spit.
Right. That's on me.
Let me get right. He was on the court, right? He was on the court. That matters. He's on the court. Availability matters, right? But also, he showed you what peak Harden can be. So you go and get him for those specific. If Harden can win you 2 games, you expect for Embiid to be able to win you 1 and your team / coaching be able to win you 1. So they get him for that. Now, in hindsight, it's easy to say, we shouldn't have got him. But you trading him for a person who wouldn't have been on the court anyway. So that's the only reason why I say it's not that bad. Now, if it's a matter of trading another superstar for Harden, all right, now I get you if they're on the court. But the guy you trading for ain't even on the court.
All right, can I respond? Can I respond to that? Prior to the James Harden trade, Joel Embiid had won 0 games without Ben Simmons on the court in the playoffs. Ben Simmons had won 1 without Joel Embiid in the playoffs. The season prior, where Ben Simmons was traded, he was available in the series where they lost to the Hawks in the playoffs. Joel Embiid, I think, had 8 turnovers. Tobias Harris went like 3 for 11. And we blamed it on a pass on the baseline that he's been making all season, and that's the reason why he got moved. We could say that he got hurt that year. Personally, I'm Team Gill. I think he faked it because $20 million, a lot of money, and I would have faked it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think we done all called out sick on the day where we just wanted to not come to work before. Using that PTO. Allegedly. I've never done it. Albert. Right. And of course, I think that might have led to a real injury that gets us to this point where we're at now. But quite frankly, his availability at this stage in the game, I don't really factor in, because a lot of that has to do with what actually happened in terms of the lawsuit that happened during the season. When we talk about basketball, we like to act like it's just X's and O's. There's a business to it. The man had a $35 million contract. He had been blasted by teammates and coaches before the season had started, and then the president of basketball let the world know that they wanted to get the hell rid of him. And then when he came into training camp, they tried to position him to be suspended indefinitely without pay, based on being a hazard to the team because of a water bottle. Everybody likes to forget what actually fucking happened. So the man faked an injury and threw some mental health into it. Shout out Kevin Love to get his $20 million. I think he might have got hurt by virtue of sitting on the bench and not getting his ass up and getting to work, because it's hard to sustain the ability to do something when you're not fucking doing it. It's easy to get hurt if you sit on your ass for 6 months. So when we talk about everything that has transpired, we can't forget the things that happened in the middle. James Harden also came onto the team after faking a hamstring and then got hurt with the hamstring. We still haven't been out of the second round of the playoffs, which is the same place that we got kicked out when we had Ben Simmons before, even at the time where we had Jimmy Butler. So it's not that it's easy to say that we should have not made the trade now. We shouldn't have made the trade because James Harden was not a guy who was great at getting playoff wins, which is why we went to get him in the first place. And since he's been here, we have gotten no further than we did before we had him. It's quite frankly been a lateral move, and he's old, so there wasn't any position for growth.
Yeah, but that's hindsight, though.
It's not. I said all of this as Trey. I said all of that when the trade was happening.
But even going
Trey, did I not say all of that when the trade was happening?
Right.
It ain't hindsight.
Well,
These are the same thoughts from 2 years ago.
But listen to me. But that's hindsight now, saying that, oh, well, Harden did or didn't do this, right? We only got the game 7 of the second round and all that. The gist of everything right now, and kind of what I led with as well, is that Ben Simmons has not, for whatever reason he hasn't been on the court for, he has not been available. Your product that you're paying, right, for has not been on the court. He's played 40 games over the past 2 years. Harden has played over 80, and he's played 2 playoff series. That's all I'm saying. So I'm not here to judge character.
One of those 2 years was
but he just hasn't been available. I want
one
the
of those 2
person that's
years was a
available.
legal
I want to be able to
battle.
put my product on the
But
court.
one of those 2 years was a legal battle, where if he went to Brooklyn and then said, you know what, my back doesn't hurt anymore, and just started playing, the lawsuit
he was injured
does
in
not work in
Brooklyn
his
too.
favor. I'm talking business right now. Business wise, if he had stepped on the court, Freddie, real rap, if he had stepped on the court the moment he got back and when he got traded to Brooklyn and said, my back don't hurt no more, they'd have said, oh, so you were faking an injury, and they'd have kept his $20 million. That's how business works. I think that it was a business decision.
Things, though, bro, Jordan. You either telling me that he faked an injury to get out away from your team, which is this is what this about as a Sixer fan. Do you regret the trade? So if that's the case, if he faked that injury, would you even want him on your team in the first place? You know what I'm saying?
Faked an injury because I think here's what I'll say, and I'll say it clearly, because I'm not involved in his case. His case has been closed, and I ain't no rat because I haven't spoken to him personally. I think that Ben Simmons faked an injury because in the postseason, he was blamed for the fact that they lost to the Atlanta Hawks, even though he was not the worst performer in that game.
Played great
And
defense.
after that, right, he was playing by the coaching staff and by the star player, and then ripped by the city. Then we come into the next season, and water bottles are cell phones in practice, and he's not showing up for training camp even though he's there, which is grounds to suspend a player indefinitely without pay. And
Got all of that.
so, in order to keep his money, because this is a job at the end of the day. We love the game, it's a sport, we fans and shit. These motherfuckers get paid to do that.
Yeah.
They said we not gonna pay you. They put him in position to be put. They made it such that they could take his money and not make him play while they shot him the fuck somewhere else. So he said, "Word, I'm hurt."
NBA
And not
Players
only did he say
Association,
I'm
though,
hurt.
man.
Here's the better part. He said my mind messed up
Mhm.
because my mind messed up. Word to Kevin Love and DeMar DeRozan. Love you guys. I understand that it was real. Because mine messed up. You can't make him play. That's an injury that I can't prescribe. Just like a back injury is an injury that you can't prescribe. And
Yeah.
so
And
then he stays hurt to get the hell out of a situation that's hazardous for him. You ever been a place where you worked a job where your manager called you out your name and nobody liked you, they didn't
well,
set you up for
yeah.
success, and you wanted to quit?
So yeah,
You did
again,
what you had to do.
so the majority of that I don't disagree with. So that's why I think I
I
don't
don't think that
disagree
it's I
with
don't
what
want anyone on my team. I don't want my
but
team. Matter of fact, let me bring it home. It's not that I didn't want him on my
your
team
man
moving
Joel Embiid,
forward.
your star
My
player, was
team,
reaching out to him. You
I
wouldn't reach back out to your star player. It's supposed
Did
to be
I
his
tell you
man.
that I wanted to trade Joel Embiid 4 years ago or not?
But
Yeah.
that's not. This isn't
Like
about
we
Joel
mentioned,
Embiid,
it was
though.
about.
Wait.
It was about.
Going up and
Did I
right,
say
going up
that
and
James
down.
Harden? Did I say that James Harden would not get us past the second round 2 years ago or
But
not?
that's
I'm not saying it's not like you think that I'm
Championship. Yeah,
speaking
he
from
was
a
hard.
position
He
of
won
what
the
happened.
championship.
This
yeah.
I said that this would be a
But you
fuck up
keep
from the
going away
beginning.
from you keep going away
It's
from again. It comes down to regardless of why he just was not on the court. So that's all I'm saying. At least I got 80 games of a guy
didn't get
being
80
on the
games out
court
of James
giving
Harden.
me 20, giving me 22, 7, and 11, and we were still winning and still getting to the same spot. If think about it, if Ben
But
Simmons
you
was
didn't
still on the
get
sideline
better.
playing hurt
And
and
You
James
didn't
Harden
get
was
better.
not there,
It was
then what
worthless.
were y'all?
It
That's
was a
what I'm saying.
worthless trade.
All right,
With a
well,
younger guy, you
let's
have the
take a
Okay,
potential
quick
to
go
pause.
grow.
ahead.
Let's
It was
take
a
a quick
worthless trade.
pause. Let's take a quick pause. I felt like y'all boys was getting a little genuine conversation. I didn't want to break it up, but I do want to talk about a team. I hear a mean echo. Hold on. All right, so I do want to talk about though the Boston Celtics. We got to show them a little love, right? So Reese, I'm gonna hit you with this, right? I understand who you might pick, but honestly, who's better between Jaylen Brown and Devin Booker? Floor is yours.
Well, Devin Booker is better than Jaylen Brown. Next call. That's it. That's all I got. Devin Booker is
Really?
better than Jaylen Brown.
No optimism. Okay. All right. I thought that
Marcus
was
Smart used to be a top 10 point guard.
Recency bias it'll just be it's hard to defend Jaylen Brown right now.
No, defend him though. Defend him.
I don't think he was the 8 turnovers that he was in that game 7 with Jason Tatum on one ankle. But at the end of the day, it happened. And Trey, much like Jordan, the past 2-3 years, bro, I've been telling you that he can't dribble. I've been saying Jaylen Brown can't dribble, and then they exposed it, and it hurt my feelings. So I really wish we had talked about Jason Tatum ranking amongst current small forwards instead of DB versus JB because we know what it is. JB ain't got no left. Devin Booker,
Jaylen Brown left hand right
dribble
here.
with both hands. So it is what it is. It is what it is, Trey.
So you say you can't really make a case for JB. I think you can. One, brother's all NBA. Two, I think he has more of a defensive bag, if you will, than Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, but it don't. But defense, I never get a chance to play defense if I give you the ball every play.
Facts.
I never get
facts.
I can't talk about defense because he was giving the ball to the other team. It's not like he was getting shots up and just missing. I could be like, oh, you know what? Like You know what I mean?
That man
Jason
preaching.
Tatum was hurt. You know what I mean? It was a lot of focus on him. Like it's a make or miss league. You know what I mean? But he was literally giving the ball to the other team.
Push back. Joe Mazzulla shouldn't have had him ISOing Jimmy Butler in the right corner.
We're gonna have to say the same about
why we
I just
running
Ime as
ISO?
well then.
Why,
no. Ime didn't have Jalen Brown ISOing in the left corner. He had
This is
Jason
what I'm
Tatum.
saying.
He had Jason
Both of
Tatum ISO and free throw line expended or from the wing.
All three of
Completely
them.
different
Not even
situations.
both of
And
them.
that
All
was
three
Jason
of them.
Tatum with them turnovers. Jalen Brown was giving you 15 points in the first quarter.
Listen.
JB,
Devin Booker,
JT.
There's a case for JB. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think there's a case.
What's your case, Trey?
Again,
what's
if you
your
look at
case?
offensive and
Talk to us,
defensive,
host.
I could see someone say, all right, they have a little bit more stock in someone like Jaylen Brown. He gives more effort on the defensive end. Yes, offensively it goes to Devin Booker, but every season Jaylen Brown has been progressing. And if you want to say that Jaylen Brown can't be the guy on a championship team, all right, yeah, the last 2 years you could say because of the turnovers you might have.
No.
It ain't no you can say.
Rebuttal?
It is what it is.
Not rebuttal.
He in fact did not turn the ball over in the Warrior series. Not as much.
He
as
didn't.
Just
Thank
he
you.
just
That
couldn't
was
go
Jason
left.
Tatum.
That's all.
But I just want to Devin
Just
Booker
couldn't go left.
is so people, and I don't like Devin Booker for a lot of reasons, right? That was when I was in high school. That was my homie's best friend because he was Puerto Rican. He's Puerto Rican. It's a cool thing, right? But Devin Booker is not a defensive slouch.
No,
Like
he's not.
people,
Fact.
No, he's not.
like
He's not.
He's a
the
good
only
defender,
case,
not a
the
great.
only case that you really can make, no disrespect, Tyrese, the only case you can really make is the fact that Jaylen Brown is a better on-ball defender, and really I think he's a better help defender than an all-ball defender because of the way that he's able to get steals out of that double team in the post, right? But Devin Booker is a very solid on-ball defender. And we saw it in the playoffs versus the Clippers. Like the man can play
I didn't
deep.
see that.
You haven't been looking. I've been telling you this
That's
for the
I
past
said
year,
Devin Booker.
Reese.
Devin Booker is not a bad defender. Jaylen Brown's defensive ability comparison to Devin Booker's though is nothing compared to the difference between D Book's offense and JB's offense. I acknowledge that, but
I
I
agree with you.
like
But Devin Booker's a decent defender.
He is what he is.
He is.
What he is.
So
Like
are you saying
he's
Devin
a
Booker's not a
6'5"
decent defender?
guard.
He's a good
not
defender.
Athletic. He doesn't have a quick first step. Like he's not a bad defender, but I'm not gonna say in my opinion, it's you're shitty at defense. You're not a bad defender. You're a good defender. You're great at defense. I personally feel like Devin Booker is not a bad defender, but I don't think he's a good. But I do not think he's a bad defender. I just don't think he's a good defender. He's
I
Above
feel like
average.
there's
Above
solid.
average.
I feel like the
Above
word
average.
solid. I feel like the word
But
solid
look,
defender
but
is somewhere in the middle there, and I think that's where
But
we're
Jaylen
at.
Brown is not a great
Absolutely.
defender. He's just a good defender.
Who?
You see what I'm
Okay.
saying? That's what I
talking
mean
about
by
JB.
like if I were to use the same scale to compare their offense, I could say that JB is you know what I mean, he's a good offensive player, but I think Devin Booker's a great offensive player. But I won't say that Jaylen Brown is a okay offensive player. You know what I mean? Like,
I ain't gonna hold you. I think
I think
it's around average. Like then I don't think they're that far off.
What's that?
I think Devin Booker is absolutely like a full step ahead of Jaylen Brown. I don't think that the two like I understand you thinking that they close. I don't think that they're close. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
It's crazy.
I don't think that they're as close as you're saying. Let me make sure that that's
It's crazy.
I don't think that there's
The more we talk about this, the more I lean towards what you just said.
Trey thinks it's like a toss up between them two. I think like Devin Booker. Oh, let me get here. Devin Booker here, JB like
But
here.
that's what I'm saying. I think that Devin Booker
is there's some space.
He's clearly better than Jaylen Brown. I don't think it's a large gap though. A step, in my opinion,
that's what I'm
definitely a gap.
A step isn't disrespectful. A step is a gap. That's not a disrespectful gap though, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's a step.
That's just what it is. He is a step ahead of Jaylen Brown, and I don't think that's a knock on Jaylen Brown.
The gap is wide enough to slide
left
a
hand,
hockey
bro.
puck underneath.
Just for clarification, I think I think because Freddie and I have been saying Devin Booker is better than Jaylen Brown. I think we're all in agreement. Maybe Reese a little sarcastically. I don't know. Still, we'll see how it shakes.
No, he mean that shit.
No, I mean that. My heart.
He mean that. No, he mean that shit.
I could no longer. I can't go in barbershops and be like Jaylen Brown better than Jason Tatum no more because niggas will just laugh at me. That's what he took from me when he gave the
And
ball
he be
away
going
8
just to
times.
talk shit because he got locks. He don't need no cut.
And that's what he did to me when he gave the ball away 8 times. He took my ability to argue his potential to be 1A. He's just not. He's 1B. He's 1B. He ain't 1A though.
Okay.
Because Jason Tatum, and that's why, and people really be trying to figure out why don't Jaylen Brown ever take late game shots? He can't go left. You can't give a nigga 3 seconds on the shot clock if he can only go one direction, and you're betting on him hitting the contested shot, not getting to an open shot. Jason Tatum can get to any shot that he wants. Jaylen Brown cannot.
Well, Jason Tatum also doesn't, but that's a different conversation.
Facts.
Yeah,
He takes bad shots, but that's a different.
Yeah, but that's because when we talk about it. We talked about it though, Jordan. When you 6'10", every shot feel like a good shot.
Well, because you can't see him.
See nobody.
Yeah, it's like the KD effect. When
Yeah,
I pull up, I don't know where you are. I'm just
right. It's the Dirk effect. You just can't see them. But
you in
know
live
they're there.
practice.
But where are they? Who cares? I'm pulling it. Like, who cares?
It's a real live practice. It's crazy. Okay, but so just to clarify, D-Book leading. You got a little difference of opinion maybe on where the gap is.
All it would have taken was the Celtics winning a ring for me to be able to say that Jaylen Brown was better than Devin Booker, but they didn't. So here we are.
So Reese, if y'all win this year, are you on that bandwagon again? JD back on? Okay.
Yeah. We will listen, and then I'm gonna be telling niggas it ain't fair. We have the best shooting guard and the best small forward in the league. Of course, we won the ring. What did you expect?
Crazy. This guy's berserk. Somebody take his microphone. He's drinking too much.
What did you expect?
Nah, bro, come on, bro. He a Boston fan.
We have the best two. Listen, we have the best two, the best three.
All right.
If Kristaps helps us.
So let me figure this out real quick.
I ain't gonna lie. JT is the best
now.
three.
I'm about to eat through this. So right now, Jamal Murray is the best point guard in the NBA. That's what I'm getting from what you're saying.
No.
Okay, then.
But
JD ain't gonna be the best two guard because they win a ring.
Put together 78 games. We're talking about Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, who play 75 plus games a season. Jamal Murray is also not top 12 in scoring. Jaylen Brown is. Like, what are we talking about?
Okay, but real quick.
Jamal, and when we talk about the Denver Nuggets, they a 3-4 headed monster. Like the
really
Celtics,
not. I hate when people say that.
Bro,
not,
the Celtics.
Man.
Wait, the Celtics, and this is another thing. Hey, shout out my man Gil, right? The Celtics starting 5 last year was shitty. Per position, Marcus Smart, Al Horford. We're like Marcus Smart and Al Horford. I forget who the third man was that he pulled up. We're all ranked like 27th and 30th per their position, and then there's Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Wait. So when you look at that team, it's really just them two the last couple of years. Those guys around them are not very good. Statistically, you can look up the numbers. We all got Google. Those guys are not very good. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are very good. Malcolm Brogdon was a 6-man.
The best ability.
I'm talking about the starting 5.
But I don't got quality minutes.
And he didn't play in the playoffs.
Is availability.
Okay,
I'm confused right now. Why do we just disregard it?
So Reed,
I said the starting 5. It wasn't a disregard. He came off the bench. I said the starting 5 was shitty.
Yeah, but
and three guys out of the starting 5, which are the guys that are not Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, ranked 27th through 30th per their position in the NBA. So if they're starting,
but this is my thing.
The other 3 guys in their starting 5 are coming off the bench, they might be a good team. But
is Derek White? So real quick, one, he had Marcus Smart as a top 10 point guard. Reese did. I just want to throw it out there, Jordan.
John Reese, man, you can't, man. He just loved that man, bro.
But
Marcus, he just loved Marcus.
Yeah, he's crazy, bro. He's out of his mind. But no, Brogdon and Derek White played quality minutes. I do get what you said as far as the actual starters, but when you break it down, those guys are on the court.
I was about to say Malcolm might be like
7th through 9th man.
Listen.
I think Marcus
Denver's not a four-head monster. I hate when people say that.
Is about to have
not putting down you, Jordan.
You hate when everybody say. Whoa, wait,
Boston will have
go ahead,
the
and now
best
I'm going.
team
I got something
in the league next year.
What?
And not only will we be the number 1 overall season on camera, I'm willing to do as many push-ups times 2.
Y'all got Porzingis. That's why.
That is the difference in wins and losses between
y'all got
and
Porzingis.
whoever
I can't
the
argue
number
with you.
1 seed in the season is. I'm willing to do push-ups.
Look, let me tell you
I ain't
something.
gonna hold you. I got the Bucks
No.
beating y'all.
Wins.
I got the Bucks
Before we
beating
I
get
forgot
into the
y'all got
bets,
Porzingis. That's why you
before
talking
we get into the bets, because I do push-ups with anybody. But before we get into the bets, Freddie talking about he don't like when people call them a 3-headed monster.
You said a 4-headed
Nigga,
monster for one, but
I said 3. No, I said a 3, maybe 4-headed monster. And I only say I said maybe 4 is because Aaron Gordon gave them 12 points in the quarter out of
that's what a
post.
4-headed
Look,
monster.
look. Wait a minute. They have
Man, I gotta
a
teach everybody how to do that.
6'10". They have a 6'10" wing that shoots 40% from 3.
Who they
How
were
many of those
benching?
are in the NBA? Wait, how many of those are in the NBA? Name me 3 that are not Kevin Durant.
Say that again.
Name me 3 6'10" wings that shoot 40% from 3.
What does it matter when you're
Name me
no.
3. I'm asking you to name me 3.
No, but listen to me, because you're saying
Name me
monster.
3.
Monster is crazy. Listen,
It's not crazy.
So
Hey,
he's
fellas,
a defensive liability, and he was being benched.
Tripping.
So we're just gonna
Hey,
overlook that. You can't call nobody a monster.
Go ahead. We'll talk after.
Yeah, I'm about to say, hold on. Listen, we're gonna have to go to the bonus rounds. So I'm just gonna let them. I'm gonna let them keep talking because I was actually kind of thinking, damn, everybody else got a drink but me. So we are officially off the clock. But we're gonna still keep this thing rolling, fellas. Y'all can keep talking. Reese, I don't know if you got to go anywhere or something like that.
Nah, my iPad is about to die, so I
got it. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to the bonus round, fellas. I appreciate y'all for coming on the show. Like, subscribe, comment, tell anyone who's anyone about the show.
Oh, I did not know you guys were still here. As you can see, we're at the back end of the show. No pun intended, but look, hope you all enjoyed it. And before you go, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the IG account, share the content to anybody who's anybody. And most importantly, leave your thoughts and comments below. But I got to go back and play Buddy in 2K, so let me unmute him real quick. Excuse me. Hey, boss, I'm back. Nah, you better catch this word. You know we get buckets around here, too.
So I just want to say, bro, that Detroit take was wild, man.
Why you say that?
Why you say that?
No, genuinely. I'm asking you.
No.
You mean the question or the answer?
Huh?
The question
or
the answer?
Yeah. So you think Amen, who they got? Azure or Amen?
You got Azure. Amen went to Houston.
Who's the dog? Yeah, who's the dog? So you think he'll be able to come in and just take the reins from Jaden Ivey and Cade within 3 years?
I didn't say tomorrow. I said
Nah,
I said
within
4 or 5 years from now, right? Like when they actually become a team that we care to watch, they start getting into like potential playoff runs.
Yeah.
Like I think that, like legitimately, right? Jaden Ivey is too sporadic to be your point guard, right? He's killed
Fouls
first.
way too much.
Just because he's short doesn't mean he's a 1, right?
Yeah.
He's a kill first player. Cade Cunningham, though he's very cerebral and he can run your guard, I like him in the mid post. I like his pace of play.
Okay.
Right? From the wing and the mid post. That's a 3-man's position in most NBA offenses. Right? Azure Thompson is an athlete, a phenomenal on-ball defender, and a solid rebounder. He could be somewhere, and here's my ceiling and floor for him. You could call me crazy. My floor is Amon Shumpert. My ceiling is Jay Kidd as a point guard. Because he could defend, he could rebound. He's 6'5", 6'6". He's got great fucking length. He could give you 7-8 points per game off steals. Alone guarding the 1.
So to that though, because I know he wanted. So what you're saying, I don't disagree with anything saying about Azure Thompson, but it's also why I feel like what you're saying proves why Cade needs to be that guy for them bringing the ball up. If you have Azure attacking from the wing with that athleticism, cutting to the hoop, running the open court instead of bringing the ball down, him and Jaden Ivey running the lanes or on a fast break with Cade Cunningham, 6'7", 6'8", can see over the top of the defense.
But that's why I want Cade.
Beat all of these guys. Like
I want Cade.
What Cade has done in his rookie year before he got hurt was he can play defense as well. What Cade did was amazing. Azure guarding the wing, the wings, as we talked about, the two-way wings are everything. You put Azure on the wing, locking up like that, using that energy to guard a Kawhi or Paul George or something like that, rather than having him guard the point guard. Like, I feel like he'll be more useful showing his athleticism and strength.
That's gonna ruin that. That would ruin his career. That would ruin his career.
What?
He's only 6'5", 6'6". Like we've seen teams do that to tall guards before. Like I'm gonna go back to this same name I said before. The reason why I said this is Florida. Amon Shumpert. What you're saying that they should do with Azure Thompson is what they did to Amon Shumpert. He came in the league. Hold on. He did wreck his knee, but hold on. He also went through 4 coaches. He played 3 different positions while in New York before going to Cleveland. He played the 2, the 3, and then the 1 multiple different years. And he never got a chance to actually play a full season of point guard. He went from getting 6 points per game off of steals to being a 2 guard to guarding LeBron to guarding the 4.
But Jordan, I hear you, bro.
Wait. But I'm saying that would ruin his career. I'm saying that like he would have a 9-year career if you put him at the 3. If you put him at the 2 or 3 where he's guarding those guys, that ruins his fucking career. Put him at the guard and let him die.
All right, so because I know we got more. So with Amon, he started off with 9. That was his career high his rookie year. He played point his rookie year. Wild athletic and everything. The only thing that derailed him from continuing playing point is when he wrecked his knee. That completely changed the trajectory of his career. And then he
coach too.
Of course,
you got another coach.
But it was primarily his knee being wrecked. As far as Azure, if he's on that wing, his athleticism is going to show more, as opposed to you putting him at the point and putting Cade on the wing. Cade has the ball in his hand going back to college. That's what he was. Again, he could see over that defense. He could put those guys where it needs to be. I don't think Azure, I would say his brother probably. Well, I give both of them that credit.
Look,
on this team, for sure, Cade will be that ultimate decision maker that
I think I never said that Cade Cunningham. I said point forward. I never said that Cade Cunningham shouldn't be having the offense run through him. I think Azure should be the point guard. I said Cade should be something more of a point forward, where he's swing, free throw line extended, getting the ball.
I think y'all just gonna have to agree
because of how he plays the game. He plays with pace. He's not. Cade isn't an athlete running down your throat. Azure is an athlete. And Azure would give problems. Okay, how about this? Azure gives problems to 6 foot. The average height of a point guard is 6'3". Azure gives more problems to a 6'3" guard than he does to a 6'8" wing or a 6'6"
6'3". You got Jaden Ivey on the court.
I'm saying he gives more problems to a 6'3" point guard on both sides of the ball than he does to a 6'6" or 6'8" wing, which is why he needs to be the point guard on your team. Cade Cunningham being 6'8", he could post up your small guard from time to time.
Well, you don't have to
play
guard
with pace. He's not a guy that's out here jumping out the gym. Azure is. I want him running the
position on the other end, though.
We're gonna have to see how it shakes.
You have to guard.
You are who you can guard. That's how I'll finish.
Nah, that's tough.
I played ball. You are who you can guard.
Me too, yeah, and coach. But all right, well, good talk.
We'll start throwing out accolades and shit.
I reffed. I didn't coach. I didn't coach. I reffed. Okay. I haven't coached yet. I'm going to get into it.
Respect.
I like the game. I love the game.
Respect. There's some hoopers in Philly. Or where you at? Jersey or Philly?
I'm in VA right now. It ain't. It's all the hoopers is out of Maryland, and I ain't going out there yet, man. I don't like Maryland. It's a weird place, B. I
feel that. All right, y'all boys ready?
Yeah, let's get back into it, though.
All right, cool. Reese, you good? You look like you lost your puppy. Seemed like you back in the day when the Celtics lost to the Warriors. I'm just making sure you good. I'm just making sure you straight.
Trey, you got to stop with the personal jabs, dog.
I'm going to
send Jarvis your address, nigga.
I already got it.
Yeah, because Jarvis strapped, nigga.
I already got it. I already got the address.
That nigga got 2-strand twists, nigga. Whoop your ass. Go ahead.
Oh, my goodness.
I was shut up. My fault. I talk too much. Go ahead.